guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber Foster, Kyuujin cosplay, and today we are back again with you guys with Loki.
That's the third intro.
Episode 6, guys, the finale. Nice.
Yes, the finale of maybe season 1, if there's a season 2. We
We'll
don't
see
know.
about that.
Yeah, we don't know how this show ends, and we don't know if they planned for a season 2, but that would be nice because this show has been amazing. So all 6 episodes are great. The acting has been amazing, but we'll talk about this at the end of the last episode.
Still didn't get a wow though.
I don't think we're getting any.
It.
Apparently, we're not getting a wow.
But
It's okay. Anyway, so last episode we went to the void. We fought a smoke monster called Eliath.
Yep.
We met so many Lokis. We didn't know what to do with them. All of them backstabbed each other. That was cool. Funny. A bit exasperating.
yeah.
But then, okay, they are Lokis, and these Lokis had not changed yet. But we also met Lokis that wanted to change. One of which sacrificed himself to save our Loki and Sylvie. So that's pretty cool. Mobius is alive. He's going back to the TVA to burn it to the ground. So that's pretty cool.
And Loki and Sylvie are meeting the one who is responsible for the TVA, so...
Yes, so
nice.
We're gonna figure out some stuff this episode and have our answers. So let's jump in the finale right now and see what they have in store for us.
Let's watch it, guys.
Let's go. It is... The colors are so good. I guess this is what happens when Marvel does a TV show, you know. The design is incredible. It's like the whole castle is fracturing or something. Fuck!
Don't tell me that thing is a timekeeper.
Welcome to the Citadel at the end of time. Come on.
Well, she's working for the person who started everything?
Y'all had an awfully
Or
long
she
journey
started
together.
everything?
He's impressed.
Oh no.
Who's impressed? He who remains. He created all, and he controls all. At the end, it is only he who remains. He's been making a few creative adjustments, and he's worked it out so we can reinsert both of y'all back into the timeline in a way that won't disrupt things. And y'all can live the lives you've always wanted.
Yeah, don't trust that shit.
In your butt?
Now, don't play coy with me, mister.
She's never looked so intimidating.
The battle is fiction.
We write our own destiny now.
Oh, sure you do. Good luck with that.
I'm glad they didn't fall through this shit. I hope it stays that way. One of them is broken. Why?
Is it he who remains, you think?
It's like we have 3 timekeepers, but there used to be 4, and he's the last one. He killed everyone else.
Maybe.
Are we sure he's even still alive?
They're hyping him up a lot, like...
I don't know why, but in my mind I just imagine...
He looks so normal.
Not what I would have imagined.
This is fine. The two of you, same person. I mean, it's a little unnatural, but wow.
Well, to be fair with you, I would have almost imagined someone who looked like Stan Lee to be there, like just like a
That would have been
control or something, but okay.
Come on, let's talk.
I did not expect this at all. Like, he looks so normal.
Sometimes they do.
I'm not sure you quite understand the situation. You've lost. We found you.
Not sure that comes for a loss, though.
Oh, swing and a miss.
It's frustrating.
We're still doing that. Let's get all this out of the way. You can't kill me because I already know what's going to happen.
Are you telling me that this is part of the actual timeline?
What?
I know it all. Everything you guys did on Lamentus, I saw. All the stuff the TVA didn't know about, I knew. All the scheming.
No, we broke out of your little game. That's how we got here.
No. Wrong.
And they tried to rebel against
Yeah,
what
but
he was
that
doing.
would mean that that's the
To get here.
real timeline.
No, but
then.
the fact that he knows doesn't necessarily mean that it's part of the sacred timeline. But he's basically telling them that they've been playing into his hands all this time. So even if they try to break free of this hold, but they're still slaves to what he's doing.
Right here.
Fuck.
Everything had eons ago. Before the TVA, a variant of myself lived on Earth in the 31st century. He was a scientist, and he discovered that there were universes stacked on top of his own. At the same time, other versions of us were learning the same thing. Naturally, they made contact, and for a while, there was peace.
So they mixed timelines, and it created chaos. So by creating only one timeline, he escapes the possibility that one guy like him would do that again.
Version of me was so pure of heart.
Basically, human nature
Some of
fucked
us
it up.
knew
Why
words
am I not surprised?
meant only one thing: the peace between realities erupted into all-out war. Each variant fighting to preserve their universe and annihilate the others.
Oh.
This is almost the end.
So that's
And then
what
the
was true then.
timekeepers came along and saved us all.
No, this is where we diverge from the dogma. That first variant encountered a creature created from all the tears in reality, capable of consuming time and space itself. A creature you both know. I weaponized Elias. And I ended the multiversal war. Once I isolated our timeline, all I have to do is manage the flow of time and prevent any further branches. Hence, the TVA.
You're stripping people of
that
free
people
will.
are able to change and
Yeah.
not repeat their mistakes. Even if
Basically,
sometimes we're wrong
it's
about
everything
them.
about. It's the same with the Lokis. You know,
Well, guess what?
he was convinced he couldn't change, so he destroyed everything.
If you think
But we know that change is
Change is
possible.
feasible.
you may hate the dictator, but something far worse is going to fill that void if you depose him. I've gone through every scenario. This is the only way. TVA, it works.
Or you're a liar.
I'll say yes and no. You just like,
He's lying to himself a little bit,
yeah.
but I don't think he's lying about the story.
I don't think he is. Just the way to take care of it.
Two options. One, kill me and destroy all this, and you don't just have one devil, you have an infinite amount. Or, you two run the thing. You're lying.
I think he grew tired of staying here, alone with nothing.
Tired.
They're being offered the greatest power in the universe.
Will they say yes or no?
I hope they say no.
It turns out we're all villains here. We've all done horrible, terrible, horrific things. But now, you, have a chance to do them for a good reason.
No, I wouldn't mind to just be sure that there's peace between all of those multiverse.
No, but it's like
You know?
it's like committing genocide in the hopes of preventing a war you're not exactly sure is gonna happen, but just in case, you know?
Yeah, I'm against that. But not just to preserve peace between
Just cross.
multiverse.
The threshold.
Is it new territory?
I said earlier when I said I know how everything is going to go. I knew everything up to a certain
this
point.
point.
And that point was about 7, 8, 9, 10 seconds ago.
So he doesn't know how they respond. Everything they do from now on is new.
But now I have no idea. No idea how the rest of this is going to go.
It's up to them.
I'm being candid.
For him, it's gotta be so different, though. Like, it's just, he's free of finishing his life. You know, he doesn't have to choose. Or no. It's freedom, for real.
It's not maybe the one to make the choice if he lives or not at the end.
He's
So
leaving it up
it's
to them. He doesn't have
yeah.
to choose. He's free of making that decision. He's free of knowing.
What are you doing?
Sylvie, hang on a moment. Let's just talk about it.
Well, how about we finish what we started?
And kill him!
Boys, girls, calm down.
What if he's saying the truth?
So what?
I believe him.
You believe what? That a bazillion boogeymen are going to turn up just because we give people free will? He's a liar, Loki.
So am I. And I don't think he was lying.
But better hurry. Timeline's already
So
branching.
what are you suggesting?
I'm just suggesting we think about it.
You want the throne?
I don't think it's that.
It's not about
That's
that.
not it, no. I know the TVA has hurt us both. But what if by taking him out, we risk unleashing something even worse? All I'm suggesting.
He's right to want to think about it.
What was I thinking, trusting you?
Sylvie, he's right to
This
think
whole
about
thing-
this.
Really? That's what you think of me?
She's so deep in her revenge for the wrongs
Evil Loki.
people did to her that she's not even trying to think about
Trust
it.
me, did you? Wait.
Oh boy, I don't want this. Ugh. I don't know what the right answer is. She does have a lifetime of issues, trust issues, anger issues.
Sylvie, stop.
He's just.
That way close!
Will you really kill me? He's basically just putting his life on the line here.
I've been where you are. I've felt what you feel. All I know is I don't want to hurt you. I don't want a throne.
Aww.
I just... I just want you to be okay.
Oh man, our Loki has grown. Oh, timeline. I hope she's not just using this to turn him around.
But I'm not you.
Oh boy.
Sylvie, come on!
I can't say I'm surprised, but girl! The third option could be, now that you know what's about to happen, you can hunt down the ones who try to create the war, you know? But no matter, like, third option or not, you betrayed Loki! You betrayed the one who trusted you! Pretty sure that's not gonna stop him from loving you, but... And I hate this. He opened his heart, he just laid it bare, and he was fucking betrayed.
Maybe he's gonna hunt down those who want to create a multiverse war. You know?
I just...
Find a new purpose?
He sat there, you know, feeling sorry for himself, and then he chose to stand up and fight back, I guess. I'm gonna support him 100%.
That's what, 63 new branches in this unit alone?
Does he want us to just let them all branch?
Well, at this point, how are we even going to stop it?
We can't!
What?
It's over.
It's done, Mobius. We made a terrible mistake.
What's done?
We freed the timeline. We found him. He's terrifying. He planned
everything. He's seen everything. He knows everything. It's complicated, okay? But someone is coming. Countless different versions of a very dangerous person, and they're all set on war. We need to prepare.
Take it easy. You're an analyst, right? What division are you from?
What are you talking about?
Who are you? What's your name?
Boots on the ground now, archives.
Oh,
Who are you?
those are the variants of themselves. What the fudge?
No. It's already happened.
Oh, fuck.
Like he had planned, like,
Oh my gosh. We need a season 2, guys.
ah yeah, this is definitely going into season 2.
Oh my
Let me see if there's a cutscene. Okay, we're going into season 2 for sure. I'm glad. I'm really happy. So yeah, I feel like it's just time is malleable, you know? So even though for him not much time passed since he was sent away and he's like, oh, we gotta prepare and stuff. What he doesn't know is that since what they did influences everything, you know, no matter what time you're in, basically what the guy, well, he remains, warned them of has already happened. So another him has already taken over the fucking timeline and is trying once again to stop this, or I don't know, but there's already war, so war is already, you know, a thing, and he doesn't know. I don't know how he can stop this.
I don't know. Like I said,
And what happened to Sylvie?
she's still in there.
For a sec, I thought maybe she took over, you know, but then that's everything she's been fighting against. So, which, by the way, I do understand, you know, I cannot fault her for not being capable of letting that go, but I can be very disappointed that she didn't trust Loki after everything they've been through. Although it's realistic that it's taking her a long time to, you know, come to terms with her trust issues. And Loki loves her, so I do believe that if they meet again, he's gonna be open to a discussion.
Talk about it.
If she, you know, and the thing is, after what she's done, if she finds out that, you know, she made a mistake, she could maybe be open to the idea that Loki was right, and let's talk about this and let's fight together once again to do the right thing.
She will feel real bad about it, though.
Although
It's just, I think one of the thing that upset me a little bit more about it is the fact that she just didn't take a second to just think about it, like, okay, maybe he's right, but I don't want to believe it.
she was convinced he was lying. She like she said, she's been pruned a long time ago. She's had a lifetime, like years and years of, you know, hating the TVA, hating the idea behind the TVA, believing that she was being manipulated, that, you know, they were manipulating people. And to be completely honest, there's a part of me that thinks that what she did was necessary. Because I don't think the other option was great.
Which led me to what I just said earlier, that I think that it is totally okay to have
A multiverse.
multi-universe, but someone needs to make sure that there's not a multiverse war.
Well, that's
And I
you know,
think-
what do the Avengers do? You know, when a villain shows up and starts a war and stuff, what do the Avengers do? They fight it and they kill the threat. So basically, that's what they got to do. If there is one, and it's one guy, I'll bet it's variants of the same guy, but it's one human who screwed this all up. Because, you know, human nature is a terrible thing, and he started a war with himself. And he used the various timelines as his field for attacks and stuff. And he tried to gain control. And in a weird twist of fate, and it's ironic if you think about it, but the guy who thought he was saving everyone just ended up being the winner. That's it. It's just, this guy needed to be taken care of and took out of the equation. That's for sure, because I don't think that the other option, which was to keep things as they were, was
With
a
no
good thing.
free will, yeah.
Yeah, because you strip them of free will. It reminds me of a lot of stories, like Assassin's Creed for one, or I don't remember what was the other one. I think Jurassic World did something in the same vibe as what I'm trying to get to here. The fact that sometimes not a great evil, but a sacrifice, or, you know, making a decision that's not necessarily good will lead to a better thing.
Jurassic Park. What?
Yeah, when spoiler alert, and the second one, when she frees all the dinosaurs, it's not a good thing to do, but then keeping them in their cages would mean to...
Oh, you mean when she let them run in a city?
Which, by the way, in this context...
Spoiler alert.
In this context, I disagreed with her, but, like... You know what you get what I'm trying to say here.
I understand what you're trying to say, and
you know,
that
avoiding
example
the war.
was not great, to be honest.
No, but it's in the same vibe. It's basically the other option would be to do something bad to avoid a war, you know? And I think it's a good idea to, yes, choose the path of war, but fight against that war in order to have free will, because free will is worth fighting for. Assassin's Creed also said it, you know, sometimes, you know, the bad guys in the games and stuff keep saying that what they're doing will lead to a better world, but then to get to that better world, you need to strip people of their free will.
Which is bullshit.
Which is bullshit, you know, if you think about it, because it's not a life. You know, there's a reason why we never liked the TVA in the first episode, and in all the show, you know, we never really enjoyed the idea that, you know, you're born and you're meant to be exactly what someone else thought for you, and there's no way for you to change, and your faith has been set. It's bullshit. It's sad. It's depressing. So I agree with fighting this. I do not agree with how Sylvie went at it, because betraying Loki is just really mean.
It's so messed up also when they thought that what they were trying to do was by their own free will, but just like they learned, everything was technically planned by He Who Remains. From the time where the TV took them from their own timeline to
because he basically because he knows every timeline, he knows everything, so which is crazy, but so he expected it, and they didn't follow necessarily the sacred timeline, but think about it, them teaming up and doing what they were doing did not make anything branch.
True.
So I think that them getting there was just part of the whole thing, which it's true that He Who Remains is a tragic character if you think about it, because he is human and he ended up with all this power, but he's alone at the end of time. He doesn't, you know, he knows everything that's about to happen. It's like if I spoiled every movie in existence to you. You could never have...
Already doing it!
No, it's not true.
Most of the time.
That's not true at all. But that would mean that, no, but every movie you're about to see, if they were spoiled to you, you'd have no fun watching anything, you know. But, well, it's that for his life. He has nothing happens to him that he doesn't predict. So where's the adrenaline? Where's the fun? Where's everything? He doesn't have that. So I'm guessing that he expected the end of time to arrive, because at that point he would know nothing. He would know nothing, and then his life would be left up in the air for anyone to change and turn. So it's crazy because he's the one saying, you know, free will and stuff needs to be taken away in order to keep the timeline safe. But then he also feels that, you know, that faith of not having free will, because he doesn't have one. He's the one in charge, but he doesn't have free will because everything has been decided, it looks like. So he doesn't get to do something spontaneous because he knows everything and he hates it. So he's a great example of how people would feel if you told them, well, basically your life has no meaning because it's been decided already. So whatever you do doesn't matter.
I thought about also a little bit ironic that, like, at the end you said that technically he's the one in charge. He's supposed to be the only one with true free will. Well, like you said, at the end I didn't saw it as he was free of taking the decision to just rule the timeline or to just die.
Well, he doesn't make that choice. He doesn't know what's about to happen.
Yeah.
So for the first time in a long time, he didn't know what was about to happen. Things were exciting again. You know, things were a surprise to him, which they hadn't been in a long time. So that's why he was so excited. And that's to me that's just proof that basically as soon as he got rid of that faith bullcrap, you know, everything has been decided bullcrap, he just became way happier. But then he wants to, he doesn't necessarily want to force anything, but then he's saying that the best choice is to force this life onto everyone to avoid a war he might do.
Yeah, which reminds me, one of my teachers used to say that technically you never propose only two choices to someone. Always have a third option.
Yeah.
Our third option would just be to let timeline wreak havoc and just protect it, you know?
With the TVA, they
Keep
have
an eye
access
on,
to
keep
all
an eye
time.
on it.
With the TVA, they have access to all timelines. They can go back in time. They can go everywhere, anywhere, whatever they want. I think the thing they have to do is just stop him, because he's gonna start a war. But if you stop him, doesn't mean you have to. You know, that's the thing. He wanted to stop the war, so he chose one way of doing it. But you need to find another in season 2. But yeah, it was. I think it was, and it's interesting too, because what is keeping him, you know, in that mindset of I need to create the TVA, I need to create a sacred timeline and stuff, is the ingrained idea that he cannot change, that humans and people can't change. But then that's also been at the center of Loki's story. You know, everyone was telling him, you're part of a timeline that's been set way before you were born,
Which
you know.
tell us that if the Lokis can change, so do the people can. So that would not mean that maybe another time war would just be created.
No, but it's happening. So there is a war because their nature pushes them to do things, but it doesn't mean that you can convince them. You know, you can maybe have them go on a journey like they did and have them change. The change doesn't happen all of a sudden, you know, it needs to come from somewhere. You lose someone, you commit a sacrifice, or you go through something, and then after you come out of it different. So something like that needs to happen to the ones in charge of the war right now, like all the He Who Remains, you know, variants. They also need to go through their own change. Or maybe Loki, having gone through his own change, is going to be enough. We don't know. But he is the proof that a third option is possible. Because human nature is not set in stone, you know, like people are not set in stone. You can change. That's the whole point of having many different timelines.
Yeah.
That's what he's been trying to erase, but that's the answer, not, you know, the threat that you need to take away. The fact that we have many variants, I think he just lost hope because all of his fucking variants turned out to do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And there's, well, you know, when I go back to what I was saying about the other movies and games who basically did something similar, you never get rid of the threat of a possible war in the future, you know, if you choose that path. You're never gonna get, you know, completely sure that no one is gonna try to do that shit in the future, but then that's what makes life exciting, you know? Yes, you will have a villain eventually. Yes, you might have, you know, a threat in your future, but you stand up and you fight it, and that's how you create good life, because you love life more when you have, you know, those moments. It's not boring, it's not set in stone, it's not someone else who decides for you where you're going. Everything is interesting, and you're allowing people to have their free will, do whatever they want, and not be punished for it. You open them up to the idea of change. It's cool. It's a lot more better than the opposite.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another one that I was wrong about the statues and the hallway. What do you think that they mean? Because we saw 3 huge statues and one of them was broken.
I don't know. It could just be that it's statues of him, of the many variants of him, and one of them broke. I don't know. He seems to have been, you know, living in this place for a long time, but maybe he stayed stuck in his office because there was dust everywhere. So maybe a fight broke out here. Just time passed without anyone caring.
True.
That's just, to me, it just highlights how alone he was. Truly, and he dug his grave and he put, you know, he lied in it. He's the one that made that decision of him being alone at the end of time like this. But it just heightens for me how deeply alone and miserable the one in control was.
Yeah.
So, like I said, he gave them 2 options. Both of them are not good, but one of them won't lead to change. And the other, which is the one Sylvie chose, will force change. Maybe for the better, maybe for the worse. That's the only thing.
Let's hope it's for the better then.
The only thing I agree. I think I agree with Sylvie with what she did, just not how she did it. Because even though what she did was maybe the right choice, in my opinion, going at it without thinking, going at it without, you know, talking about it with Loki and making sure that they're making the right decision, not rushing into things, letting her emotions rule over her, was not sane at all. It wasn't the right thing to do. And betraying Loki, you know, kissing him and giving him that which he's been wanting for so long, and then betraying him, kind of enforcing the idea that, oh, you're not meant to be loved, you know, you're not meant to have someone.
Which is super sad.
Which is very sad, but I do like that when he sat down and he felt sorry for himself in that moment. He could have just given up. He could have just let go of everything, stopped fighting, but then he chose to stand up and fight against this. So it was pretty cool.
Now it's gonna be the hero of his own story.
Oh, and by the way, the entire speech he gave her, the entire scene, and he cried and everything, and it was so well acted and so intense, and just, he's grown so much.
Well,
There's a reason why people...
He's a great actor, so that was nice.
There's a reason why people love Loki. Just saying.
All
Anyway.
thanks to Tom, so yeah.
But anyway, yeah, so as a finale, I'm just glad it's not the finale of the show and just the finale of season 1. At least to me, because there's obviously a next episode to this.
They better need to have a season 2 about for this.
So, but I'm glad with what we got. Like I said at the beginning, I think the acting throughout was great. Characters that we ended up loving in the first episode, you know, and characters that we already loved but just enjoyed watching even more. And I love that it's not just about, you know, some people could call it cliche because it's been done before, you know, the storyline of everything has been written in stone and stuff. Like I said, there are games and movies out there that speak of the same thing.
So I mean that those type of story are good to just...
No, I know, but it was explored well, I feel like. You know, it was used well to show Loki's shortcomings and his emotional issues and all this trauma. It was used against that and for that and was well done. The script was good. Everything, I think, was great in this show. So I'm very happy. I'm glad we watched it. And I will be ready for a season 2.
I'm gonna wait for it then.
Yeah. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed this season with us. Well, I don't know when season 2 might come, so when it does, we will watch it. But in the meantime, I think we decided to watch another Marvel show, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna watch Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yes.
So that's what's next for us. And yeah, hopefully you'll be there with us. And if you want to watch the full reaction of this episode, it's gonna be on our Patreon. Link in the description.
See you for the next one, guys.
Bye!